Saturday, June 10th, and I decided I'm gonna record like it's gonna be a vlogcast week, and then if I end up podcasting, then I can use a little bit of that footage in the podcast, and if not, then I have my little vlogcast stuff ready to go on Friday. I'm thinking it'll probably be vlogcast because there's a lot that's going on in the coming week. So today's Saturday, and I'm about ready to head down to my church to observe a funeral for one of my classes. So I'm gonna go observe a funeral, and hopefully I can get some worship planning done this afternoon, but it's supposed to be like really hot, so we'll see what ends up happening. So I've returned from observing the funeral, and it was a nice service. It was done by a family member, and family members spoke, and I always think that that's really nice because I think it gives funerals a really personal touch. But I was able to get some good observations in, and then I decided to drive out to the cemetery and take a look at the headstone that was placed for my dad. And that was really difficult to do. I'd been putting it off because I knew that going and seeing the headstone and seeing his name on it, that was going to be like that piece of finality that my dad is really gone. And especially going through a lot of the stuff that I'm going through at the moment, I really miss him and would really like his support and his guidance in many ways. So that was hard. It was also kind of weird too because the plot is also for myself and my brother, and so seeing your own name carved on a headstone is very, very humbling, and it definitely makes you feel like very mortal, very humble. I don't know, it's a really strange feeling to see your name on a headstone, so that's a little weird. But I think I'm back now. I'm going to change my clothes, and Philip is wanting to have a picnic at the park, so I think we might go do that and have a little picnic. So hopefully there'll be some park stuff happening. So today is Sunday, June 11th. I don't remember what day it is. And it is 88 degrees today, and summer has finally come and hit us here in Michigan. So we are about to embark down to, my aunt has a pool and she only lives a couple blocks away, so we're going to head down to the pool and enjoy an afternoon by the pool, maybe do some grilling, just kind of do what we can to stay cool in this heat. I hope everyone else is staying cool that's getting hit with this heat wave as well. So it is Monday, June 12th, and it's very early in the morning. It's about 5:45, and I am running to the bank real quick to grab some cash because I am going with Abby and the band to their Cedar Point trip that happens at the end of the year, and my hair is doing like a really weird whooshy thing that I'm see what I can do about. Cedar Point is a giant amusement park in northern Ohio that is best known for its roller coasters, and Abby and I are both kind of like roller coaster junkies. We both love them, and when we went a couple years ago, Abby was finally tall enough to ride everything and she loved it. And even though I didn't make it on the bus as a chaperone for this trip, Abby still wanted me to go. And her best friend who moved away last year is gonna go with me. So we're going to go to Cedar Point, and it's gonna be really hot, but it should be a really fun day, and I'm looking forward to it. And it was really nice to know that even though Abby was gonna be with all of her friends, she still wanted me to go so that I could ride rides with her. So it should be a good time. Hopefully we survive the day and don't overheat, because like I said, it's supposed to be super hot. So, and hopefully I'll take some footage of some of the roller coasters going. Obviously you can't take footage on the roller coasters because that's not allowed, but hopefully there'll be some fun shots from the day. So I will see you guys all later. So it's now Wednesday evening on June 13th, and we survived our trip to Cedar Point. It was really, really hot, and but still a lot of fun. I managed to keep everybody thoroughly sunscreened enough that nobody got sunburnt, so that was really good because it was like 93 down there, and excuse me. So it was a really, really hot day, but we had a really, really good time. It was wonderful. I was so happy with the trip. We had so much fun. Abby had so much fun with her friends. It ended up working out really well because her best friend rode down with me, who goes to a different school. She had moved away, and she still knew all those kids, so it was really great for her to be back and see these people that she went to school with. And it worked out well because I was able to sign Abby out, and instead of having her ride the buses back and have to leave early, like 3 hours before the park closed, I was able to sign her out and bring her back with me. And then another really good friend of hers, his parents were there, and they signed him out, and he rode back with me as well. So the three of them, they were super good friends, got to spend the rest of the evening together. We got to go on a whole bunch more rides because the lines weren't very long. We got to stay after dark, and it was a really nice time, and they were really great kids, and it was so much fun. I had such a good time too. I got to hang out with parents and not just kids all day, but it was a great trip. We had a really great time. So today we've just kind of been recovering a little bit from that. Abby has gone to spend the night at her friend's house. I'm trying to get them as much time together over the summer as we can because it's hard during the school year. And so she's gone, and it's getting late, and I'm going to watch some knitting podcasts. I'm working on finishing up my Starting Point MCAL. I'm almost done with Clue 4, so I want to work on that tonight because I really, really want to get this finished before I have to move, since it's supposed to be a prayer shawl. And I am really, really itching to get some socks back on my needles because I'm really missing knitting socks. So that's kind of my plan for the rest of the evening. Nothing too exciting, just kind of relaxing, and like I said, recovering from a very, very long day yesterday. So today is Friday, March 16th, and this would normally have been a podcast day, but things this week have been really busy and really crazy and really hectic, and so podcasting isn't really going to happen. So I've done little snippets for another vlogcast, and I just wanted to kind of wrap up all of that and kind of wrap up my week. Here today, it's like Friday evening, so I'm just kind of starting to unwind for the night. It's almost 9 o'clock, and which means it's going to be time for Philip to go to bed pretty soon, which means then I can just kind of chill for the rest of the evening. I'm sorry if I keep moving my hair. I've got fans going because it's hot and it's like blowing my hair in my face. So my apologies for that. So this week we went to Cedar Point with my daughter, and that was a lot of fun. But then later in the week, some really emotional, heavy stuff has kind of taken over a lot of things with me, and so it's been hard to really do a lot of filming. because it has been so hot, we spent a lot of time down at my aunt's pool, and that's been a lot of fun. Philip is, he really started to learn how to swim at the end of last summer, and he's really swimming this summer, so he started jumping off the diving board, and it's definitely getting to be a lot more fun for him, and he's able to do more stuff in the pool. And as far as me, like I said, there's been some really emotional stuff that's been going on that I've been kind of working with and dealing with. So that's been occupying a lot of my time. I did finally get a moving date, and I will be moving on June 29th. So you can see in the background some shelves are getting emptied out. So the next couple of weeks are going to be a lot of packing. There's not going to be a podcast until after I get moved now, because packing and still doing stuff that I need to do for school, all of that is kind of going to be consuming what is going on for me. I have not gotten a lot of knitting done or anything like that, but I did want to kind of show you. I did finish a book recently, and I did finish The Mark of Athena, which is the third book in the Heroes of the Olympus series, and I did enjoy that. It was a nice quick read. Abby has really enjoyed me finishing that. I'm not going to do a review or anything on here. I will save that for the podcast, but I did finish that book, and then I started another book, and I'm going to grab that just as, oh nope, I did grab it. Oops. And this is the third book in the Saxon series, The Lords of the North, with Uhtred, son of Uhtred, and Alfred the Great. I'm not very far into this, and so it's kind of nice to be back into some like real adult literature. As far as my knitting, still working away on the Starting Point shawl. I am on clue 5 finally, which means my 2 pieces are now one. I know I'm not showing this very well, but it's kind of hard the way that it's knitting up at the moment. I'm kind of like on the, untangle it a little bit, on the side, so you can kind of see how it's coming together. The Hohi released the full pattern, and so that's all out there in the open, so I'm not worrying too much about spoilers at the moment. So I want to get this finished by next Sunday, because next Sunday will be my last Sunday in my home church, and I want to present this as a prayer shawl. But I will say, you guys, this is all I've been knitting on, and I really want to knit socks. So I may cast on a pair of vanilla socks, and so I just have some socks that I can take around and knit, because this has gotten big, and it's hot, and I don't really want to sit by the pool and knit on a giant shawl. I'd rather sit by the pool and knit on a pair of socks. So I am going to work on getting this little vlogcast together and uploaded. Again, look for another vlogcast probably next week as well, and I will let you know when I will be back to podcasting somewhat on a more regular schedule, but don't look for one until after June 29th. So I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. Happy Father's Day to any dads that may be watching. That will be a tough time for me. And I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I will chat with you again next week, hopefully. Bye.